The chance of them not is 100% if you don't tell them. And if you tell them, there's so many people that are going to say, yeah, let's do that. My name's Carlos Lopez. I'm a sales manager for Direct Metal Roof, and I am also the host of Direct Metal Roof's podcast. And today our guest is Juan. He is from Launch Credit Union. He has some great financing options, and we just signed up on board with them, and I'm super excited for you. I'm super excited for us, and I'm really excited for Juan because he's a really great guy. So Juan, how's it going today?
Good morning. Thank you for having me. Doing great, and I'm just really happy that we got Direct Metal Roofing on board with us, a local partner, to help them grow your business.
Yeah, I think it's great. I was actually really excited when we've always had some financing options for our customers, and I've always wanted to have somebody local, you know, because I feel that there's more value for if you live in Brevard County or wherever you live. If you can drive by and actually see, you know, buildings, banks with the name on them, it builds a lot of trust. And they usually, well, actually not even usually, I'd say 100% of the time, the local guys have way better financing options than people that aren't even in the state. You know what I mean? Like I learned that in the car game. You know, when I was in the car business, you know, we sent a lot of business over to Launch. So I'm pretty excited to have you here. But where are you from?
Well, I was born in Colombia, South America, and I moved to Melbourne back in 1992.
1992.
Yeah, that's when I moved, you know, for good. I actually went to school and graduated from Florida Institute of Technology, Florida Tech.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I have, and then I just decided to stay in Melbourne, where I got married, and all my three children were born here and born and raised in Melbourne.
That's awesome. We moved here in 1992 as well. That's the year that we came here. We came from Colorado.
Yeah.
From Colorado, so that's awesome. So you came from Colombia, ended up in Melbourne, and how did you get into the financing career?
Well, I got a job in the car business because I had a daughter. I had to raise a family, so I just started in the car business, and I liked it from the very beginning. My passion was in finance, obviously, and after a year and a half, I just got a position in finance, and I stayed there up until 2020.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I also was a former car guy, and I love doing business with people, with car guys. You know what I mean? I love it because, you know, they laugh at me here at the office because I always talk about car guy stuff, car dealership stuff. I love that you're a former car guy. So that's awesome, man. That's awesome. How long did you work in car dealership?
I was in the automotive industry for 29 years.
29 years. Yeah. That's awesome, man. So you definitely are an expert when it comes. You know how to do the financing game.
Yeah. I learned a few things in the selling and the finance end. I did just about everything in the automotive industry.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And how did you end up getting into the home finance for home services?
Well, I was always hoping for the right opportunity to move into the other side. And when the opportunity came, and I was, you know, got in contact with Launch Credit Union, that was just the best decision I've ever made in my life.
That's a great decision.
I wanted to get out of the car business after 29 years, and I decided to join Launch, not only for the indirect auto side, but the merchant lending side, which is a new program that we're growing. And I just happened to love doing this. I didn't know much about merchant lending. I'm learning, but I have a great team and a great mentor.
Nice.
And that is just coaching me alone, and it's been very good so far.
I feel that Launch cares just as much about the homeowner as they do about like the contractor in a sense. You know, they're very involved with it. We did a few with you guys now, and the homeowner and my sales guys were great feedback. No hiccups. They didn't have to jump through anything. They may have called you a couple times because, you know, that's what we do. We're learning some of this stuff. But I think it's great. I think it's really, really great. So tell us about Launch. What do they have going on over there?
All right. So, Launch, you know, our corporate office is in Merritt Island. We were established in 1963. We're, you know, a member-owned. We're ranked number 4th in America best state credit unions. Obviously, being a credit union, we're a nonprofit. We have locations all over Brevard, Volusia counties. We're local, you know what I mean? And as everybody knows, credit unions are very, very competitive for having the lowest rates. And the merchant lending side, you know, we have very competitive fees if, you know, for one of our programs. And the fact that we were mentioning, I mean, our members are our priority. It's
Yes.
the core of our business, and we just want to make sure we always want to do the best, provide them the best service, the lowest rates for their financial needs.
I started with a credit union when I was, I think I was 15, and I still have that account. And I don't have any regular bank accounts. I always do business with a credit union because I always feel like I'm a part of the big picture. You know what I mean? Just as being a member to a credit union. So I think that's great. So in your experience doing the home services, why have you noticed homeowners like to have a finance option?
Well, like I said, we started this program about 3 years ago, roughly, and we have grown this because we feel that there was a need. Mainly the companies that offers this financing, you know, their financing is, you know, higher fees, credit card rates. They have, you know, prepayment penalties,
Yes.
accruals, and stuff like that. So we feel that, you know, sometimes people do like the idea of financing. I know I use it myself when I can get, you know, some good terms and conditions.
Right.
Okay, and the fact that the customer can keep their money in their bank
Yes.
account and pay it off at any time, you know, because there's no prepayment penalties with us. It's just a great tool. Sometimes people have investments, they don't want to take the money out just yet. And at the end of the day, it's just another option. It's
Yes.
just not something that you're pushing the customers or members, but just to give them an option that it might be good for them.
With Launch, as opposed to some of these other big banks who aren't credit unions, there's a lot of hidden fees. You know, we have had customers do financing and other options where they go to do, you know, to move forward with the loan, and they find out like there's fees for this, there's fees for that, where with you guys it's pretty cut and dry. Like right when you're there, it's this is how much you're going to finance, this is your payment.
One of the things that you mentioned, and I think is really important, is just, you know, being in the car business. Obviously, you know, I learned a lot, but most importantly, I learned what not to do. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Because as we know, the car business, you know, can be, you know, taken in a different direction. But when you mention, you know, people, customers, our members do like options.
Yes.
And when you present those options in a proper way, in a straightforward manner, and like I said, the financing option and this side and the merchant lending, it's just an option that gives the customer make the decisions. And you were correct when you said that, yeah, when you explain all the details of the process, it just makes it a lot easier, and they
It's very
feel comfortable
easy.
about it. Yeah.
Yeah, they feel, and I like it too because, you know, my team here really likes it. You know, they like it so far. I've only done a couple of them. We just got on board with y'all, but I'm excited to see, you know, some more customers both ways, on our side and on your side. Do you get to travel a lot with your job?
Yeah, I cover mainly, you know, the East Coast. Okay, we do not lend south of, you know, Brevard, Indian River County.
Right.
Is where we're limited. I service the whole East Coast. I got two other team members. My partners cover the Central Florida and the West Coast, and the North Florida and South Georgia. So
That's awesome.
we are really growing. And one of the things that I've seen been growing a lot in the merchant lending side is the roofing.
Yeah, it's pretty big right now. It's pretty big right now. And I think, you know, on the roofing side, it's one of the best, it's one of the most expensive, if not the most expensive item that you're ever going to have to deal with to replace. And if you're in a situation where you don't have to come out of pocket, you know, let's say $20,000 or $10,000, and you could roll that over the course of a, you know, 5-year, 10-year loan that you know is going to end when it says it's going to end.
Yeah.
That's a great option. That's an option I would choose. I would choose that all day long. We have same as cash for up to 48 months. We have 0%. We have all kinds of financing options. When we come, we're going to give you, not only we're going to give you the options for different roof types and materials, but we'll give you some options to kind of look at the really big picture of things and find the best route that makes sense for our customer. Where did you say you went? You were telling us a couple weeks ago you went somewhere and it was great. It wasn't expensive.
No, I just went to visit my family where I'm from in Colombia.
Colombia. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
just trying to keep my my roots through my children.
I would love to.
You
go
know
to
what I mean?
Colombia.
And it was a pretty good experience where they got to see where I came from.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, I'm so glad that we got, to meet you, and I'm glad that we found you. And I'm actually really excited you stepped in to be our guest on our podcast today because
Thank you.
It's a lot of fun, So I'm Carlos with Direct Metal Roof. This is Juan. And, if you need help with your roof, feel free to give us a call, 321-204-7663. Or you can comment on this video or just message us and we will take great care of you. I'm Carlos, this is Juan, and I hope you guys have a great day.